It's a sunny spring day and I am heading towards North London to meet a legend. And when I say a legend, you will get to know why I'm saying this. Looking back at the achievements of this lady in her past exploits in sports in Ghana in the 1970s and her achievements as a modern matron in the National Health Service in the UK, three words come into my mind: determination, drive, and consistency. All attributes required in the field of sports and nursing. Let's meet Mrs. Rose Asiedua Amankwaa. Hello, welcome to the Chronicles of an African Diaspora Nurse. Thank you so much for tuning in. And today I'm so excited to have this conversation with a legend. I call you a legend now.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I know I've known you, God, since when? How many years? Since 2006.
Six.
Yeah.
Yes, 2006.
Yeah, and then we worked together, and even at that time, I knew you as Auntie Rose. I didn't know of any history or anything about your background in Ghana until I think I saw an article sometime. I can't remember the year, but I think it was you and some Black Star players and Zuma Nelson.
That's
something.
That's I bought it there.
Okay.
We went to New York. Yes.
So when I saw it, then that's when I knew this is the Rose Asiedua that I heard of when I was a young girl.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. So thank you so much for doing this, and I think your story is so inspirational that we need to share it to encourage other people. So can you tell us a bit about yourself? How you grew up in Ghana, and how you ended up here.
Thank you for inviting me and coming to the house to interview me. It's an honor for me to have this day. Actually, I'm from Ghana, Kumasi. I was born in Kumasi, but my original town is Asiedua Amankwaa. My parents were traders, which they sell. My mother and father had a shop in Kumasi Market, which my father sell towels and my mom sell Ghana cloth. I'm the ninth child of the family, so most of my brothers and sisters went to same school in Kumasi, a Doom Presbyterian. And my other brother moved to Asiedua Amankwaa, which is Charles, who brought me into England. So I went to a Doom Presbyterian. From there, I went to the same middle school. Within the middle school, when I was in Form 4, I did the common entrance test. Yeah. And I passed the common entrance, and I had the opportunity to go into the secondary school at Osei Tree Secondary School, which is Ashanti Newtown. Okay. So, as most of you went to Ghana school, we have inter school, which is school sports day. So I've run, but not in a competition time. So during the competition, my house is Anoche, Comfort Anoche. I was asked to run 100 meters, 200. You do all the events. So on that day, I did 100, 200, and long jump, high jump, and 4x400 for my house, which is Kompanoche. Little do I know, I came first in the 100, the 200. My house came first in the 4x100 ladies. And the long jump and high jump, that started it. So I started, there was no training, I never did a training.
Wow.
So that was 1968 when I started secondary school. So one day I was at home, and then the Ghana Federation came and said that they would like me to go and represent Ghana for high jump. And I was I haven't even done training for high. I just did the high jump, and I came first. So I went to said Ghana is going to go and compete with Ivory Coast. So I went into Ivory Coast, and I think I came second. So when I came back, they said then I have to do training if I'm going to represent Ghana. So while I was doing the training, I mean, I had no coach at that time. So Mr. A.O. Lawson saw me, and he came to me and he said he would like to train me because he's seen me doing the inter-schools, and I came first for the whole of Ashanti region for the 100 and 200 meters and the high jump. But he thinks the running will be more suitable for me, which is the sprint. I mean, literally, I didn't hesitate. I said, if he wants to train me, so I joined in the training. So there was a lot of us, Ohene Kakari, Victoria Yeboah, Ajay. There were so many of us. He collected all of us and started training us. Then we did all inter-schools for Ashanti region. I came first because Victoria Yeboah and Lily were the one who were the leading for Ghana, Ashanti region. I went and I beat all of them. So that started my career.
Can I just ask, so it was the first instance you didn't even think that this is what you wanted to do. You just happened to do it.
It just happened to. I didn't think of I'm going to be running or athlete. It's just through the school.
Yeah.
So when I beat Victoria Yeboah, she was fastest. Lily was the second in Ashanti region. And then nobody knows me. I just went, ran, and I beat them. And that was it. So Mr. Lawson training me. Then we have to go to Accra to compete the whole of Ghana. Yeah. And at that time, Alisanu was the fastest.
I remember that name.
Exactly, Alisanu, Hannah Free. So I went to run, and I came second of all Ghana. And that was it. Oh my God. I couldn't believe that. Hey, it's me, Rose Asiedua, little girl. I was wearing, my size was size 6. So, that was it. And then the training became serious now. Mr. A.O. Lawson was very, very good. So when we came back to Kumasi, he would come and pick me up early in the morning, about 5 o'clock. We would go and train till 7. So as soon as I come, I have my shower and straight to classes. And then he will pick us up in the evening. That was not only me, training all the Ashanti region staff with basically Ohene Kakari, Victoria Yeboah, Lily, all of us were so many. He was training about 50 people. Yeah. So that was it. And then 1972, they said I should go to, we are going to Ghana, assist American, Latin Americana. Yeah. I said, oh God, traveling now.
How did it feel? You hadn't traveled because you didn't even have a passport.
No, I've had a passport because we went to, when we were going to Ivory Coast, we have to have a passport. So I had passport. So we went to this one, and that one, I came second, and the 4x100 Ghana, because it's Africa and Africa, became second. I was so excited. And then we were also invited to go to Rome. And I went to Rome again, and I came second. Alisanu came first. So sort of competitive. We were Ghana was doing very well. Then 1972, there was a little Olympics before the actual Olympics. Again, that was only invited the 4x100 girls. So we went to the Olympic Games 4x100, and I represent Ghana. Then just before coming to England, there was second All African Games. I think it's now 13th now. Second All African Games, me little Rose Amankwaa to go and represent again.
Rose
Asiedua, yes, Rose Asiedua, to go and represent Ghana again. And then Alisanu became first, and I came second, the whole of Africa. Oh, that was something.
Power
Whole of
up.
Africa. By that time, we've also invited us. I was 72, 73 before going to the African Games. We did again. This is all American versus Africans.
Okay.
And then I did 200 meters and I won the gold. Rose wins gold. I said, oh my God, what is happening to me? Too excited.
It's like a dream.
Like a dream. So after African Games, I came the second. So we came like Ghana. Alice was first, I was second. Ohinika Curry was first in 100 and the 4 by 100-meter hurdle.
And this was held in.
This was held in Nigeria.
Yeah, okay.
It was held in Nigeria, the second African Games. So I came from there, and then we were told that we are going to New Zealand. That is now Ghana, all Commonwealth Games.
Yeah.
So again, I have to represent Ghana again. So I did 100 and 200, but I didn't get a medal. I went into the final. But Ghana came, we went to do the 4 by 100, okay, and we got bronze medal, okay, which was exciting. Bronze medal in the Commonwealth Games. So afterwards, my big brother was here. He's been in England since 1964. Yeah. So he said, his immigration is getting tougher now, so I need to join him. At that time, my other two brothers have also joined him. Okay. So I said, I told my father, and my father said, if I want to go, go. So that was it. So I came to England August 1974. So when I came to England, I was at home, came in August, and then my next door neighbor was also Ghanaian, and her daughter was there. So we used to have conversations, sit in the evening, and she never told me she's going to do nursing. We just have a normal friendship talk. So one evening I went, this was about November. That was in August, getting to September. Yeah. So I went to see her and I saw her packed with her suitcases. And I said, oh, are you going somewhere? I said, oh, I've been accepted to go and do nursing. I said, nursing. I said, so how do you go about going to do nursing? At that time, Google was not there. It's Yellow Pages.
Yeah, I remember.
That's it.
Yellow Pages.
She said, you did your O-levels in Ghana, didn't you? I said, yes, I got my O-levels. And she said, no, if you did your O-levels and you did pass, all you have to do is apply. And whichever hospital there's a vacancy, you'll be accepted. I said, really? So as soon as I came home straight away, so I went to my brother, I said, I want to do nursing. Next door neighbor is going to do nursing.
Yeah. At that time, have you ever thought about nursing, or did you know anything about nursing?
I did not know anything about nursing until this next door neighbor. So her name is Abeta. Until she told me she was going to do it, because I wanted to be a secretary, because I wanted to have my nails painted and sit down and type, because my brother was working in a bank and he was here. So I wanted to follow to say like a secretary. So, but I didn't make my mind what I was going to do. But in my mind, I wanted to do it. So for nursing, it never came in my mind, because none of my family is a nurse or a doctor. So it hasn't come to me. My cousin is a nurse in Ghana, but it hasn't really. So my brother said, right, now let's sit down there. First of all, when I said I wanted to do nursing, one of my brother's friend is called Tony. He was a nurse manager at Ealing Hospital. There was a mental hospital there. So my brother took me there. But when I saw the mental patients, I said, oh, this is not my cup of tea. I want to do normal general nursing. And then in the evening, we sat home. Then we brought the Yellow Pages. And my brother said, it's better to go to the nearest place so that when you have a time, you can come home. So I look at Norfolk Park Hospital, Central Middlesex, and where that girl was going was High Wycombe. Okay. So I applied these 3 hospitals, both accepted me to come for interview. But Central Middlesex was the nearest, and also they accepted me first.
Okay.
So my brother said, "Why don't you go to Central Middlesex one and see how it go?" I went for the training, for the interview, and I got accepted. But because when I came to England, I was still training because at that time, Montreux Olympic Games was coming.
Okay.
And then because I'm with the Ghana Federation Council, part of the team, I was told that I should train. And then when they do the trials, I won't do the trials, but here I'll be running, they'll know the time. So I was still training. And the school, I told them, like you're asking me what I do, what is my interest, and I told them what I would like is I still carry on training. So if they can do something that I don't do a late shift.
Yeah.
And then, as you know, if you're a trainee for the first year, second year, you don't do much of that. It's not nowadays they do these long days.
I was going to ask you that. Tell us a bit about those days, the training, how it was like.
That was like the nursing, because I mentioned it to the remember nursing, you have a location officer when you are training. So I mentioned this to her and said, okay, so every ward that I was going, they tell the nurse manager on the ward, which was the nursing sister, head sister. So they'll do the off duty. They make sure that I have an early shift, so that I'll be able to go for the training. Yeah. So I joined, first of all, I have to find a club to join. And the club was in Surrey here, Vale Farm. And it's near Central Middlesex. So I had a coach called Mrs. Matthews. So I joined Vale Farm Ladies Club, or it's called Middlesex Ladies. So I joined it. So in the evening after work, I have to take the bus straight into Sudbury Town, have the training, come back, do my coursework. So I try my possible best to balance both, because you have to pass your nursing training. So I was training with Middlesex ladies, going backwards and forward. And then it comes for the Olympic Games in Montreux, African ball quartet. There was politics. That was it. But I still carry on training with Middlesex ladies. I was running with Middlesex. Sometimes I come first in the 100. I was only concentrating on the 100 and 200. With the Middlesex ladies, I was coming first or second. Even my children, I was taking them for training and also running as well.
So was that wasn't for Ghana then?
That wasn't for Ghana, because at that time I gave up. After the Montreux one, I would just concentrate on the local one. So after not representing Ghana, I was still representing Middlesex ladies. And then I finished my training. After my training, which was 1977, getting to 78, I become a RGN, which is SRN before RGN.
In Ghana, SRN.
Yes, So I went, when you're doing your training, suppose Ghana, they do it as well. You have placements every ward that you go. So I went into operating theatres and for my placement, the last placement, and the next it's called nursing officer, Miss Master and Miss Church. They asked me if I would like to work in the theatre. So I said yes, I like. It's not like this day you go on the internet. There they give you the application form.
The paperwork.
So I fill it up, but I said that I would like to go on the ward and do my last place in the management. Because for theatre, once you go into operating theatre, you don't go back to the ward. So I went and I did my 6 months one. After the 6 months, I came back to theatre. I have to say I haven't looked back. So when I came back to theatre, at that time we didn't have this band 6 and band 5 and all that. We start with D grade. So my first one was D grade theatre nurse. Within 6 months, I was doing well. I was scrubbing, doing everything. And then I was promoted to E grade. And then 1988, this agenda for change came.
Yeah.
And then they gave me F grade, which is a junior sister.
Yeah.
Then 1993, was the laparoscopic work came. And then there was Mr. Agal and Mr. Dazi. They all they were consultants, but they moved into doing minimal invasive surgery.
Yeah.
And then I was also asked to interview for a G grade. So I promoted to a G grade, being in charge of minimal invasive surgery and colorectal, which overwhelming. To be a G grade is a high something, but it means more responsibility. And because I love my work in nursing, I give everything that I need to do. And I also like teaching, newly qualified, because I had one of the teachers called Jean Silkov. She took me in her wing, and I was following her. Whatever she was doing, I was learning from it. And then 1999, where I've been working, which is called ACAD, Ambulatory Care Diagnostic Center. Again, I was interviewed that they need a theatre manager to manage the new place. So again, I went for an interview and I got it. And then I moved into the new wing, which is the ACAD Center, and I became the theatre manager there, managing 6 theatres. Then 2006 October, they closed the old theatre and joined it here to make 9 theatres. Again, that is when they said they will need a matron to manage the 9 theatres. Yeah. Again, I had another interview and I got accepted, and I became the matron for the 9 theatres. And I have been managing the 9 theatres till now, which I haven't. Then September last year, September 23rd of September, one morning we were having management meeting, and we have a morning huddle, then we have a managers meeting, and I saw my chief nurse came in my office, and I was wondering why she was there, and I said it was a Zoom one, MSC meeting, and I told everybody, I said, everybody, look, we've got our chief nurse this morning invading our meeting, which our head of nursing also came that morning, and he was sort of keep turning the camera off. So I was wondering what was going on. The next minute, I saw Ruth May, the chief nurse for whole of England, NHS, on the meeting, and then she called my name, Rose Asiedua Amankwaa. I said, how do you know my maiden name? And then she said, anyway, we are here this morning to present you Outstanding Nurse of the Year Silver Award.
Wow.
My family has been invited, which is my daughter who was here. Has been invited. Cool. I said,
didn't know.
I didn't know. Not knowing they all have known for about a month, but no one has told me. My counterpart, which is Loretta, knew about it, because the night before, my daughter was telling me, Mommy, make sure your hair is nicely done. So I said, it's no point having my name, because when I go to work, I change into theatre clothes and have my theatre hat on. She said, never mind, just make sure. So I had never had a clue. So that was the biggest achievement.
What a pleasant surprise.
What a pleasant surprise. And also the chief nurse was there, my head of nursing, and the chief nurse for the whole of NHS.
Yeah.
So the question I asked was, are you sure it's for me? And then she said, why? I said, this is a big... She said, yes, most of you nurses, you all don't know what you all do. We do observe everything that you do.
Yeah.
You have been working so hard all these years. and this is the achievement for you. Present me with a poster and also a silver award as well.
Yeah.
So my achievement did put it there with the certificate.
Yeah. Your story is such an inspiring story, and I'm sure that throughout all your nursing, how many years altogether?
How many years altogether? It's not exactly 50, but
Yeah.
being with the training,
Yeah.
that makes it the 50 years. Yes, so
I don't know if there's a Guinness World Record for that. The longest
exactly
person working in the same field in theaters.
That is why I think
Wow.
the communication people mentioned this. That is why BBC One and ITV, because mostly we nurses we move on.
Yeah.
But for me to stay in one place, not going anywhere to work in between, apart from having your children, you have a maternity leave. Yeah. But that is the only hospital I've worked. And I haven't regretted. The hospital has been good. I've enjoyed my job and I like teaching. Yeah. My main goal that I do is the newly qualified or newly promoted. My job is to train them, let them enjoy the job. Yeah. Because all they will tell you, I tell them that we have to make everybody feel happy at work. Yeah. Because we spend 9, 8, 10, 12 hours at work. And if we make your other colleague uncomfortable, that makes them, when they go home, they take the pressure at home to their family. And also, not them only just working. We have to help them. They say, all of us, as you all know, we have competencies to achieve. Yeah. The junior ones, the senior one, you have achieved your goal. You need to help the junior ones to achieve it so that they can also be promoted. Yeah. Because we will retire one day. We need them to take over our position. So that's my own main goal till now. Even leaving 2 weeks ago, I did tell them that I am very proud that every single one that I have worked with, those who have retired, those who are here, there's not a single one that will be saying that I've worked so many years and I didn't achieve anything. I do make sure that everyone who is working under me do achieve something. There's some people who will say, oh, no, I'm happy as I am. But even so, I give them the opportunity. I held them. Are you sure you don't want to go for so to say, no, I'm very happy? Yeah. Because not everybody like big responsibility.
Thank you so much for sharing your inspiring story. I'm sure that is going to inspire some nurses, young and old alike. And I wanted to pick on how you rose up through the ranks from D to E to F to J. Was it easy for you then? Because I know I hear a lot of stories. People, I've been in NHS and I know that as a person of color, I know so many people in, high ranking positions going up. But others too have so many reasons why they don't want to go up. Was it easy for you? Did you?
I won't say it was easy for me or it's hard, but because where I was working and I love my job and I didn't listen to people saying, oh, because you are this, that's no. I had a goal that I need to achieve that goal. And the sisters I had, whatever they tell me, I listen to them. And when I go to theater in the morning, I have to make sure the day before even, I have to make sure the theater is ready. Whatever equipment I need is in the theater. So for me, I was doing the job that I was asked to do. I never even thought of being this or multi-cut. No, I never thought about it. I put my effort into it because the sisters we had at that time, they push you. They push you, and I also don't. But I think one I had was when I became an E grade, there was a sister. I didn't know that she was pushing me. She was picking on me, everything that I do, and I was getting sort of frustrated. And I went into the head of nursing, which Miss Buster, and I said, I don't know what this is. Everything that I do, she come, don't put it here, put it there. And then I said, if she's going to be, I don't think I can work with her. But so I went to the office, and the head of the nursing, Miss Buster, called this sister, senior sister, Sister Patel, God bless her. So she passed away. She came into the office, and then she called my name. Rosa Asiedua, what are you doing here? I said, oh my God, whatever I do, she said, I was testing you to see that. Not knowing at that time, there was an 8th grade coming. So she was testing. She's a senior, very brilliant sister. She was because, you know, before, nowadays, surgeons don't shout. Before, surgeons shout and, you know, so she was building my confidence to see that I can take it. But I was taking it, but I was wondering, why is she every minute she calling my name? And then when she came there, she would even say, she says, get up and go to theater. What are you sitting here for? And I said, there she go. Then I went to theater, and then she said, Rose, I was just checking to see that if a surgeon is, you know, misbehaving, you know, how you cope. And you did well, very well. And you got to the office. What do you think Miss Buster can do? Oh, I didn't say a word. The next 2 months, there was an advert, and I applied, and I got it. So from that one, as I did tell you, and then the laparoscopic came, and then because I was already 8th grade, running the general surgery theater again, as I said, that's why the junior ones that I work with, I push myself. I really push myself, and not only just working, you have to learn as well. You have to go to study days, do presentation, teach the junior ones, and that was my motto, to do that, because I wanted to be a school education officer. So even when I went to ACAD, the manager, I was also doing the education as well. So I never had really, I would say, difficulty. That's why I said I didn't think about me being this. I was just, you know.
I'm glad. I'm glad you said that. I'm sure that people who are listening, especially nurses, are hearing that, because it's what you put in is your ethic, your work ethic, and people are watching.
Exactly.
People are watching.
That's why when I got the award, I asked. And then she said, your nurses don't know. We do observe whatever you do every day. And I always tell our own multicultural, do not think I am this, I am that. Put your efforts into everything you do. If you feel like you coming to work, we are not well, it's better not to come. But if you do come to work, put your effort. If you're a senior person, teach the junior ones. Put the work into it. Let whoever, surgeon, nurses, even the junior ones, know that you love the job and you want them to do exactly what you are doing. You have to put a respect to them, and then they will also respect you. Respect you back.
I think you've answered my next question. I was going to ask you, what advice would you give to the young and up-and-coming nurses? You know, nurses who are being trained, and also nurses who are coming to the UK, whether from Ghana or from any other African countries. What do you see any difference in your nursing time and current?
I have to say the current one, before, as I was telling you, that sister was pulling me in and out. This current one, because nowadays, if you touch somebody, you are in trouble. If you shout, we are in trouble. So all I would say is, if you are a new person that you come into this country, if you haven't been here, or if you have been here and you are going to do nursing, just focus on the work, because nowadays there's so much pressure. So many pressures, so many competency, you have to achieve so many policies you have to follow. You might be thinking, oh, this is that, it's always go here, go there. It's your interest. That is why they are asking us to go for study day, to do a course, even in-house course. If they ask you to do all that, just follow it up and do it. Don't think because I am this, I'm that, that is why they are doing this. If you focus, put your head and focus on the work that you're going to work to do, you achieve your goal. Do not listen to this one said this is, and I'll give an example. Years ago, if you remember, there was no teamwork. We were all, in the morning you are allocated to a ward, and and then the teamwork came that you have 4 people who will be looking after a patient or a theatre, the allocation. And in theatre, we had like 4 people doing gynae, general surgery, urology. Then 3 months time, you move on, and they will leave one person there who knows them, and then the other 2 will move, and a new 2 people came. And one of the nurses was going to move to gynae, and then she came to me and said, "Oh God, I don't want to go into that theatre because the sister there, they said, oh, she's so harsh." So I advised, I said, "Have you worked with her before?" She said, "No." I said, "Then how do you know?" And then she said, "Because the others, this so." I said, "The others, are you the same person?" So I said, "Look, everybody is different. You go into that team, see for yourself. If there is a problem, you let the senior people know." So now this she's a sister now at Hammersmith Hospital. She loved the gynae theatre, she loved the sister, that she decided that I want to be a gynae assistant.
Yes, she had just listened to
that's why
others.
my main goal for the new ones that are coming, you focus. Don't listen to gossip or anything that, oh, this ward I'm going to go, you'll be there forever. No, you go and find it yourself. And once you are there, you put your mind that this is what I want to do. This is what I do. But also we need to be harmony. We need to be nice to each other, because we spend more hours at work than our own house. So whoever you are working with, we have to be harmony to each other. Focus on the work we are going to do. Put your head, if you are newly qualified and you're going to a ward, here you start as a band 5. Don't say that I'm going to be band 5 forever. You need to put a goal that I want to go within the 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, I want to be a band 6. And if you become a band 6, you put another one. Put a goal into you. Don't just get up morning, I'm going to work and coming home. No. You have to have a goal, and then you will achieve it.
Thank you so much for words of wisdom. So you've accumulated so many years of knowledge and wisdom that we need to tap in. So, I just want to talk about Ghana. How have you been involved in projects or things about giving back to Ghana?
2 or 3 things. I'm with Ghana Nurse Association, and we do a lot of charity work. And then I won't say that I'm particular head of the charity, but I'm involved in every charity that we are doing in Ghana. And also for Christian mothers, I'm also involved. I'm the whole of Christian mothers in London. We call them province. I am the second vice president. And we look after, last year we finished looking after one of the priests. That is part of what we do. And also we got another project called Oku, that hospital, that we are helping them to build one of the units. So I'm involved in that. So, but I can't say I'm head. I'm part of it, that all the charities that we are doing. And then we have in my own town in Kwewu, we have the polyclinic there, which anytime I'm going to Ghana, if there's anything that they need and they ask me, I tend to help with them. So like hospitals, we have the phenometer that we did equipment. I would sort of send them some to them in Ghana.
I'm glad. I always say that you don't have to be there. There's so many ways that you can give out, whether it's equipment or sharing your skills or whatever. What would be your final word?
If anybody need any help here, I still have people who are doing their training that they call me and ask me they are doing a project and can I help them or give them advice that I do, which I'm still doing it. Those who are doing their training, they do call me that they're doing a project and they don't understand it, and I do help them. Say bring your work, they come at home or we meet when I was working, we meet at work in the evening and I go through the assignments. That's what I would like to do. If anyone, so I've told them at work as well, if they only need assistance, they should count on me and I'll still give advice and help.
Your retirement is well earned or well deserved, and I hope that you have the time to relax, enjoy your family, which I'm sure you are doing already, and many years of fulfillment and happiness. So I wish you very well.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to also for my colleagues to come here, interview me, to see that we've achieved the goal. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you too.
And I've enjoyed my work. I will not look left or right.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that my next door neighbor went there to let you know that there is another career for nursing.
Thank you so much. So as you said it, I'm sure that this conversation has inspired you in a way, and thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.